Oh my god, hey. So a couple of weeks ago, my stagey fiancé Aeron James and I travelled to Amsterdam in the Netherlands to go and see the gala opening of the Dutch premiere production of Hadestown. But there is a backstory to this trip. So prior to last month, we had both only been to the Netherlands to see theatre on one other occasion a couple of summers ago, when we tried to see Six the Musical in two countries in one day, starting in Amsterdam and then flying back to London to try and catch the evening show. If you want to know if we succeeded, you can go and check out the challenge video here on my channel. But we found ourselves in Amsterdam not for theatre earlier this year, although we did end up going straight from there on a bus to Bochum to go and see Starlight Express in Germany for the first time, another vlog you can go and check out here. And while we were there, we wanted to go and find the theatre where Hadestown was going to be playing later in the year. And so we did, and we made a fun, silly little lip sync video outside the theatre, which the social media team saw and enjoyed, and over the months that followed I kept meaning to get in touch with them about organising a trip to come and see the show, to see what it was going to be like. And in the meantime, I got a surprise invitation from the show, from Dutch Hadestown, inviting the both of us to come to the gala opening performance. And it was the weekend after West End Live and my live show, and a couple of weeks after we got back from America, so it all lined up. And if you know me, you know that the first thing I'm going to do is, not that wasn't justification enough for making the trip, but I'm always going to see if there's another piece of theatre we can see, and we actually had a couple of good options, but there was one show that stuck out, and that was the Netherlands tour of the European musical Elisabeth, the most successful German language musical of all time that I have wanted to see for a while now. So we spent a couple of days in Amsterdam and Rotterdam seeing musical theatre, and I had a camera in my hand almost the entire time. If you are a musical theatre fan from the Netherlands, this vlog is for you. If you are a musical theatre fan curious about other parts of the world, who has never been to the Netherlands and have no idea what it looks like, this is also for you, and I hope that you all enjoy. Here is the Amsterdam vlog. Oh my god, hey, hello everybody. You find us, as you so often do, in an airport, about to embark on a theatrical adventure. Where are we, Aeron James?
Heathrow.
Heathrow, specifically
Terminal 4.
Heathrow Terminal 4, which is, I don't know if it's the first time ever for us, but it's certainly less frequent. Yeah, I'm not recognising...
This is the first time.
There you go, first time for us in Heathrow Terminal 4. Where are we going, Aeron James?
Amsterdam.
I thought you were going to say way down Hadestown, because we're going...
We're not going there first.
We're not going there first, no, but we are objectively travelling to the Netherlands to go and see the gala opening performance, I think, of the Dutch production of Hadestown, which is really exciting. In English, yes.
But we are seeing a show in Dutch.
Also that, yeah, 2 musicals on this trip, all being well. Much more to discuss between now and then, but first of all, we're in the airport. It's 5:15. We had a very painless security process and arrival to Terminal 4. Our gate is not going to appear. We're flying with KLM today for even 75 minutes, so we're going to go and get dinner food. I love an evening flight. I love dinner in the airport. I'm so much more calmed by that than an early morning one. And I recently acquired a priority pass, which gives you some level of access to a handful of different airport lounges. So we're going to go and see, because you can't pre-book this one in Terminal 4, we're going to go and see if they have availability, and then maybe we'll hang out there. And as you can tell by us heading back the way we came, that was not successful. There are 2 Priority Pass affiliated lounges in Terminal 4, and the one that we just went to, which was the Plaza Premium, is currently reserved for pre-bookings and airlines, which is not us, because we are the lowest tier of accepted. It's still very this is the second time using the Priority Pass, and it does seem to be sort of minimally effective. It gets you in with different levels of access depending on how much you pay for it, because there's different Priority Pass packages that you can go for. Try saying that quickly, Priority Pass packages. but the word priority is in the title. It does not feature in the experience, in my experience. We're going to the other one, which is a long walk away at Gate 2. Good news! We found the other lounge, and it ended up being right next to our gate, which is about to start boarding, and we are going to momentarily. I just filled up my water bottle with a little drinking fountain that is over there by the toilets. I would say this is a more basic airport lounge because, for one thing, it doesn't have bathrooms inside. You have to leave to go to the toilets just here. The drinks are all self-service, including the alcoholic drinks, which is either a letdown or an upgrade, depending on how you utilize it. I'll let you think about that one for yourselves. And there wasn't a wealth of food options there, but I enjoyed the food that was there. Cue footage of the food and the beverages that I enjoyed, and no footage of the 5 brownies I put in my face. Listen, I'm only human. On the plane, on the plane, on the plane, we got on the plane. Right. This is my view from the plane. As a reminder, we are flying with KLM today, Royal Dutch Airlines, from London Heathrow to Amsterdam Schiphol, which will be a very short flight, and I'll probably still fall asleep, as I tend to do on short flights. I usually miss the whole thing. We have landed in the Netherlands. My ears have popped, so I'm probably talking to you very loudly. We're walking through.
Really popping in out at all.
I napped a little, listened to some Janine Tesori,
You did that.
went in and out, enjoyed the wind farms, just vibed.
I listened to one podcast, which was the whole length of the flight.
There you go. Which podcast were you listening to, Aeron James?
What's on Stage podcast.
There you go. Shout out to the What's on Stage podcast, not sponsored. Heading through a very quiet Amsterdam Schiphol airport, an airport which we enjoy, especially for departures. Ooh, you can see the runway there, all the blue KLMs.
I meant the person in the clock.
Where's the person in the clock? Oh, I see. Oh, that's cute.
It's one of those by Paddington as well.
What I was going to say is we enjoy Amsterdam Schiphol Airport because it's a really easy airport and a really quick airport to depart from. You can go check out the video of when we saw Six the Musical in 2 countries in one day. And when they announced a production of Hadestown in Amsterdam, I briefly considered doing the same thing, but with the upgraded challenge of 2-act musicals. Obviously Hadestown is longer than 6, but also making a weekend out of it. Not a bad idea. Legally entered the country, great job us. Now heading over to the Schiphol railway station, part of the airport, to get train tickets to zip us into Amsterdam Central. Aeron is looking for gluten-free stroopwafel in Albert Heijn, wasting 0 time upon our arrival to Amsterdam Central. And this is our first view of Amsterdam. Oh, hello! Hadestown. Oh, okay. Well, this is also lovely, but that was exciting, and you would see a lot of hotels and buildings if the tram weren't just hanging out there, but we love the trams as well. This is Amsterdam Centraal station that we have just emerged from, and now we could get a public transport connection to our hotel, which is near the theatre where we're seeing Hadestown, Theatre Carré, but instead it's nice and temperate and still light out, so we're going to walk the 25 minutes in that direction instead. Better view of the train station architecture behind us. A little bit of a breeze, trying to take away my Broadway Bears hat, which I got as a prize for Broadway Cares fundraising circa March 2023, and I now wear it on flights because it's like an airline pun. I wear that, and I wear this t-shirt that regular vlog viewers will recognise from our trip to Gander to go see Come From Away. This is from Gander Airport, and I wear this because if there are any aviation nerds in the flight crew, etc., then they might want to strike up a conversation about it. It's about 10:30 now on a Friday night. We have gone forwards an hour with the time difference. Amsterdam does attract a little bit of a party crowd, and it is peak wedding season. So you can imagine that there's something of a correlation there as well. A lot of stags, a lot of hens, a lot of people on the streets. The last time Aeron and I were here was just a couple of months ago for a stag do ahead of a wedding.
A lot longer ago than it was.
It does feel a lot longer ago. We don't want to curve this far around. We want to go that way. But we left early to go and see Starlight Express in Germany. Very on brand for us. We've made it to the hotel, which is Zoku, which is not your usual hotel. It is more of like a home away from home, little worky, cute, have an office space kind of a setup here. And so this is what we see. We've actually been upgraded to an XL loft room, which is very fun. And so we have, immediately already a little desk area that you can utilize here with a little stool that pulls out with plug sockets. We love that. We've got a little working kitchen situation there. We've got, is that a microwave oven? Yes, it appears to be, as well as hobs. My goodness, kettles. We've got a little kitchen dining table there for 4 people. Wow, more plugs. Our windows there, multiple windows there facing out onto the street, but critically not hearing any of the street, which is good news, which is very good news, even with all that traffic. The theatre where Hadestown is going to be is actually just, I think, over there, not very far away at all. And then we've got this little lounge set up here, and you may be wondering, Mickey Jo, where is the bed? I'm seeing sofa, I'm seeing kitchen, I'm seeing Aeron, I'm seeing television. Where is the bed? The bed is up there. Isn't that cool? Isn't that something that your inner child just finds so fun? The way that you get to it is by pulling out the hidden staircase here, which is on a railing, like a ladder in a library, like in the Mummy movie. Aeron, are you ready for the moment of steps unveiling? Here we go. Oh. And then it just clicks like that. Nice, safe. And then I guess you would pull that up to release it and push it back in, but they're currently locked in place, so you don't have to be too nervous. Up Aeron James is going. Up he goes, up he goes. Oh, that concertina's like that to allow you to access the king-size bed.
Oh, we've got 2 USBs up here.
Lovely news. Lovely news. Oh, up we go. Ah, oh no. While I'm on the stairs in slippery slopes. Stop it! Lots of storage space up around here as well. Wow. Can we make the lights happen again? No? Am I trapped here in the darkness? No, there were more on before you did that. No, that's worse.
You ready?
Aaron's about to figure out what this does.
Oh, look outside. You ready?
Oh.
Now we want to say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, outside world. Yeah, so there were dozens of hotel options, all at fairly similar price points, and then jumping up to like really fancy ones at considerably higher price points. And ironically, this is one of the occasions. Oh my god, I forgot about those. I'll tell you about those in a second. Ironically, this is one of the occasions when I didn't bring my laptop. I don't have to do any work really over the next few days. But if I did, it's good to know that there are a bunch of these hotels around Europe, I think.
Yes, so there's one in Paris, there's one in Copenhagen, I think, and one maybe, I want to say everyone's in Berlin, but no, Vienna, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's in Vienna.
The check-in process was really easy, and they've got like a cool rooftop bar area with loads of outdoor seating, and we've been given 2 introductory drinks tokens. There's a lot of like social events going on. There's a silent disco roof party happening tonight. But the thing I was going to show you that I just saw is the XL rooms come with these. They are gym rings. So, you know,
Dishwasher.
if you feel so inclined. Aaron's discovered the dishwasher, and I'm having a moment with the gym rings. I'll be honest, it's been a long travel day, and I don't know what to do with these at the best of times. Oh, I'm swinging. I'm doing Tarzan over here. Just suddenly realised we hadn't investigated the bathroom. That's not the bathroom. I think it's this one. Yes. 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 Lights? Lights? Please don't set off an alarm, please. Ah, perfect. There we go. Did I have something in my teeth?
There's a Twizzler here, I think, to make it brighter.
Oh. Even more light. Wow. Wow, this is going to be nice, getting ready on Sunday. There you go. Full body mirrorage. More mirrorage. I carry on forever. Oh my gosh. We have a toilet with toilet paper. That's always good. We have a bin. We have more toilet paper. We have a hairdryer. We have a hairdryer. If you know me, and if you've listened to me talk about hotels before, you will know the two things I care the most about, because all the other stuff is always a given. And I care about like comfortable beds and water pressure, but I really care about hairdryers because I have a lot of challenging hair at the moment, and plug sockets. Plug sockets and hairdryers make me very happy. What else do we have here? Do we have products? We've got some towels up here and this little walk-in shower situation. That's the shower head. Lovely. We've got, interesting going on here. Hand and body wash and shampoo. It's not conditioner, but it'll do. I can make peace with this. This is okay. If I want conditioner badly enough, I can source my own somewhere here in Amsterdam. Well, there you go. You could live here. This is like a very cute little studio apartment, honestly. There's lots of little cupboards here as well where we can store stuff. Not that we brought much stuff with us. Oh, that's your kitchen cupboard. That has been our travel day to arrive here in Amsterdam. I am going to seal us into this little enclosed sleeping area and hopefully get a terrific night's sleep ahead of a full day of tourism and theatre tomorrow. We're heading down to Rotterdam to go and see Elisabeth the musical, staple of European theatre, and a show that has never had any kind of a life in the UK and that we've never seen before. We are seeing that in Rotterdam. It's doing a whole tour at the moment. Very exciting musical theatre stars of the Netherlands and of Europe attached. That is all tomorrow, and we will see you then. And good morning from our little Zoku loft. We have got up, we have got dressed, we are ready for the day in the Netherlands ahead of us. We have raised the shutters on the outside world. This is the outside world. If you wait long enough, you will see a cyclist go past. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. Well, they're busy. They have things to do. But you can see the bicycles everywhere in any case. I will fill you in on the one thing that we forgot to pack. And I said it yesterday. As we were packing, I was like, ooh, travel adapters. And then we did not pack travel adapters. And I am forever going to hotels and being like, there just aren't enough plugs. I like to travel with an extension lead for that reason. Here, there are maybe 2, 4, 5, 6... Any over here? Don't know. 7, 8, 9. At least 9. Oh, more there. 11. There you go. There are 11 plug socket points on the wall. And we didn't bring travel adapters. Or plugs, for that matter. And so we were like, oh no. Went up to the front desk area, which is actually on floor 6, in an amazing bar with like rooftop seating things. Very cool space up there. They also had... you could buy snacks and drinks, and I bought conditioner for my hair, hence
Tony's chocolate.
The lovely, some Tony's Chocolonelys as well. So we got some essentials last night, including 2 travel adapters, because we were like, we don't have that many. Good to invest. Anyway, we got back to the flat, to the little loft, and Aaron said very smartly, but we don't have plugs there, because we just brought 2 USB-C to USB-C cables and 2 USB-A to USB-C cables. To use with our power banks, our portable chargers. So we don't have plugs to plug into the travel adapters. So there are 2 USB charging points up there. We have 1 cable that works and 1 that doesn't seem to. So my phone is at 3% right now as we are about to embark on the day, which is not ideal. But I have mostly charged this camera. We have portable chargers with us. This ought to be fine without us buying more charges. But if we see some for a reasonable price on our travels, perhaps we will bite that bullet. I'm going to go and retrieve my phone up this little staircase here. Excuse me. And then we are ready to set off and go about the day. What are we on now? 6%. That's all I need. Definitely not. Remember, as you all must before leaving the house, to put away your stares, of course. Zoku, sweet Zoku. We are in the lift, just going down one floor to the ground floor exit, and this is my Amsterdam outfit for the day. And this is Aeron's. Look at this funky jacket that he found. I say he found, he bought it. He found it and then bought it. I made that sound like he found it on the street. That is not the case. Did you get it? Was it somewhere like Vintage Thrifty?
No.
Where'd you get it?
It was on sale. It was on New Year's sale as Zara.
Oh, it was from Zara. There you go. This hat is also a Zara purchase, but it's an Amsterdam Zara purchase. They have different things at different international locations. Well, it's true. And this, it looks like a beanie at the front and it behaves like a baseball cap at the back. I love this hat. I found it earlier this year. So we are setting off. There is a deceptive warmth in the air, and it's nice to see the canals by daylight. And I told you, cyclists everywhere. Where are we heading, Aeron James?
Pastries and coffee.
We're heading to a gluten-free bakery that Aeron has discovered called Craft
Kitchen.
Craft Kitchen. And they have specifically, what is it that you are hoping for?
Gluten-free, well, almond croissants if they have them. Because they're gluten-free.
We are living in hope. And which way are we walking to get there? Just down this way? Mm-hmm. Okay. Walking next to a canal and a bike lane at the same time. Nothing could be more Amsterdam. Mission accomplished. We found the bakery and we did a little bit of damage. Show them the bag. That's the bag.
I wondered why everybody left with a bag. I got why everybody left with a big bag.
And that's even without getting one of the cinnamon buns that we only spotted
really good.
At the last minute. Was that a Buena Vista Social Club song playing?
It was Buena Vista Social Club.
I thought it was.
It was Candela.
I thought it was. We have made it onto the metro. And the good news is that you could just tap in with contactless cards or contactless payment on your phone. Oh, there's one here. Oh my gosh. And good news, everybody, we have arrived in Rotterdam Central Station for our day. We are setting out about our afternoon. Oh gosh, let me show you this fascinating architecture of this train station here. Wow, wow, wow. But yes, ahead of seeing a show this afternoon, seeing a particularly iconic European musical, Elisabeth, with a particularly iconic cast. I'm very excited about this. We are going to try and see some of the sights of Rotterdam, which I have hastily Googled. But it seems like there's some very cool things here. And we're going to try and see a few of them in the 3 hours that we have. So my incredibly quick Google Maps search on the train ride here indicated to me that there's this nice long bit of park that we can walk down, in sort of western central Rotterdam. About 20 minutes walk from the station to the top of this bit, and that's going to take us down towards Delfshaven, which I believe is like historic harbourside, nice historic architecture part of the city, basically. Although, worth saying, some nice architecture here as well. Nice to see some more residential looking bits of a place. And as you were just saying, Mr. Aeron James, nice to go to a different place within a country where we've only really gone to one city before, which is Amsterdam.
Yeah, especially when you've gone to the capital, because I feel like the capital cities always set a different
and especially with like
expectation.
central Amsterdam as well, which is very like, come get these fries and Like,
you get the sections of the capital city that's like the tourist, like this is what you expect from this country versus this is what our country's really like.
I mean, like, imagine like only judging the whole of the US by Manhattan or all of the UK by London. It's it's a warped perception. Meanwhile, you take a 1-hour train journey down to Rotterdam and you get a cute little bridge with cute little duckies and whatever that bird is. Do you know what this walk is reminding me of, Aeron? The time we went to Hamburg.
Oh yeah, and we did that walk with Sean.
Yeah. And, funnily enough, on that walk we were on our way to go and see 2 shows that day, and the first one was going to be Tanz der Vampire.
It was.
German language production, iconic European musical, misfired famously on Broadway with a, for several reasons, misguided production. But we sat down on the bench and I read through the plot synopsis for the first act ahead of us going to see it.
And we just read it on the train.
So we've just read the plot synopsis for Elisabeth, the musical, which has had a history in Vienna.
Yeah, Vienna, here.
Belgium, Flemish production.
Yeah.
And so now it's touring the Netherlands in what I initially thought was a concert staging. It's not, it's a full production. Pia Douwes, legend of Dutch theatre, legendary European theatre actress who has also been in the West End and on Broadway, and who, like Lea Salonga in the Philippines, has played here just about every... Exactly.
Germany.
Has played just about every leading musical theatre role. Also very famously played Mrs. Danvers in Rebecca. She is starring as Elisabeth, having originated the role in 1992, I think. So obviously more than my lifetime ago. Some 33 years later, she is now touring the Netherlands with it, but helpfully it's based on a historical story, so we can read up both on the plot synopsis and the actual historical life. Oh, Aaron's steering me away from the statues, the big apple things, because I am allergic. That's true. That was very thoughtful of you, thank you. All of this to say, we are seeing a show in Dutch. Is it Dutch? In Dutch. Presumably it's been translated, because presumably it wasn't written. It would have been written in German, because Austrian.
Supposedly I was reading online that they said that Michael Kunze and his collaborator first wrote the music in English, then did it in German, and they wrote it in English and then did the German lyrics.
Interesting.
Michael Kunze, true or not.
Michael Kunze, of course, being the connection between Elisabeth and Tanz der Vampire, as well as Rebecca. So that's very exciting. I'm very excited to finally see it. You know, it's fun to come here and see Hadestown. There's also a Dutch language non-replica production of Dear Evan Hansen happening at the Delamar Theatre, which we could have gone to see. But it's particularly exciting, I think, to see something such an iconic European musical. I like going to places and seeing stuff that, you know, means a little bit more to there culturally, rather than Hadestown, which admittedly has a Dutch cast, partially, and some English cast members as well. But yeah, I just think that's fun. Meanwhile, we're having a very lovely walk through this very pretty park. The weather is actually, I mean, it's a bit grey, but it's not oppressively sunny, and I will take that. I think tomorrow it's going to be about 5 degrees warmer. It's meant to be low 20s today, but there's a nice breeze. This might be a sort of semi-historic tram tour. Obviously it's an older style of tram, and there's a gentleman on there with a microphone. Aeron and I, last time we were in Amsterdam, did a historic tram tour just around the city, which was lovely, actually. Can recommend. It was a really nice spontaneous activity. Crossing over this bridge in this little bit of water to historic Delfhaven, hopefully. And you can see one of our next stops, the Euromast. Not only is the infrastructure and all of the streets and everything here really built towards bicycle usage, but you start to understand why it's imperative, because the walkability is, it's not all the way there. The man in the tower told us to cross the bridge that is currently closed for traffic, so if we die, this is a record of that. And there's the tower. There you go. Going to go under this thing now. Excuse me. Oh, that's very low, actually. Oh my gosh. We have a statue over here, currently being enjoyed by a seagull. Not entirely sure what this gentleman's about, but he's looking stylish. We're approaching a windmill, which is very exciting. The Netherlands, if you don't know, largely associated with the windmills, but you don't see a lot of them if you just hang out in Amsterdam. There it is, at the end of this little street, by the water here, and for just €5, you can go inside and climb it when it's open, which it is right now. And if we had more time, oh look at that in the background, if we had more time then I think we would, but we are heading to a taller viewing platform. And before that, I think we're going to cross over to the other side there and take a picture with said windmill in the background. Also, there's meant to be a theatre up there. I don't think we need to detour to go and see it. I don't know to what extent it's like, because Google Maps shows a lot of things as theatres, and it's like theatres slash performing arts, entertainment, concert, venues, wrestling, whatever it may be. But I do like to meet theatres in other parts of the world. I am indeed MickeyJoTheatre. And in this building is the Altstadt Theatre and coffee shop. There you go. We love a theatrical space. So not unlike mice, our best laid plans may have gone a little awry. It's about 1:10. The show is not until 3. It's an hour and 49 minutes. But just getting between parts of Rotterdam, even though I mapped this out and I figured out how long this was going to take, I still didn't really leave enough time. We've done a little bit more exploring around Delfshaven than perhaps I had factored in. So now it's a decision. Do we go to the recommended and cool looking market hall, where also I would get lunch? Aaron's got another savoury croissant situation in his bag from the brilliant cafe this morning. How good were those pastries, Aaron?
So good. I get why it's like the place everybody says you have to go.
And the queue didn't take that long. There was like 10 people in a queue going out the door in front of us that took maybe 10 minutes.
They also replenished stuff, so it's not like what's there is what they have.
Yeah, no, there was plenty.
But it's very popular, so always factor in, I think, the queue, because even when we'd got in, the queue length that we were in originally replenished itself.
Yeah. I think we would sooner do the market hall now than the Euromast viewing platform, which is not the biggest viewing platform we've ever seen, but it's also not a city. Look, you can see it over there. I say look, you can't see that. It's over, oh, it's behind a tree. It's not a city of skyscrapers, so you would still get a great view around, although is it a kind of murky grey day? And have we done a lot of tall buildings recently in like Chicago and not too long ago in Manhattan?
I'd just say we haven't even done most of the ones in London.
There's also that. We are going to bite the bullet and take some public transport over to the market hall, because it's about a 45-minute walk away, and that's not necessarily time that we have, which means we also won't have time for that thing, which is the Euromast. But that is okay. Even when we come on longer trips, we know that we don't have time to fit everything in. We don't try and do like every tall building in Manhattan in one trip, for example. So Aaron has been reminding me I need to make peace with not doing absolutely everything that there is to do in one visit. It just leaves us stuff to do when next we come back to Rotterdam. We have arrived. Where is the market hall? There is the market hall. It's called Markthal. Can I get out that way? No, I have to go this way. Okay. Then I'm going to go this way. It wasn't that way at all. It wasn't that way at all. It was, in fact, the way everyone else was walking. It is this giant building over here, I believe. I'm pretty sure that it is this. And potentially in conjunction with the newly released season, there is a Squid Games happening of sorts over there. Not sure what that's about. I have watched enough of Squid Games to know that I don't need to go and approach those people. I'm going to leave them to their work. And this is Markthal. And you have a lot of eateries, which is very exciting, but also look at the interior there. Wow. Isn't that cool? Look at that, look at the design. That's amazing. It just feels like this giant tunnel of nourishment, which is good. We got ramen, we just passed fish and chips place. I don't know what this, all sorts of world cuisines. I've just seen fried tofu, we had fried rice earlier, lots of pastry options, Latin soul food, handcrafted Japanese mochis. Oh, look at those sandwiches. And at this exact moment, you'll find me waiting for a corn dog. Half halal sausage, half cheese. Okay, fine. I also ordered a white chocolate stroopwafel. Sue me. Sue me, I'm only human. Look, it's gonna get... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Stroopwafely goodness. I have dinner and dessert, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you know what? I don't have enough hands for all of this. This may be an issue. Okay, so the Squid Game thing appears to be over here. Look, there they are. It's a whole situation. I think you can go and get involved and maybe win stuff, and only maybe die. Who would not want to participate? This is the Korean corn dog, by the way. I have American mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. And you know, every time I get to the end of the cheese bit, I'm always like, oh, that's the end of the cheese bit. Do I just get a whole cheese one next time? I don't know. I believe we are in or adjacent to the Maritime District. And you may have heard that you can lead a horse to water, and this presumably is one of the methods in which, by which you can do that. Got this nice little lighthouse. We're heading to the new Luxor Theatre in Rotterdam this afternoon, I think.
Yep.
The Nieuwe Luxor Theatre, which is across a particularly iconic bridge structure that I can see from here. I think I can also see what looks like a cruise ship. It's on a little island type situation, as far as I can tell from looking at a map, which again reminds me of the theatres that we went to in Hamburg. And now we are heading that way. I have eaten my stroopwafel, which gives me the strength and energy to walk over this huge bridge. I see a building that says Luxor on the side. Straight down the middle there. That red one, is that the theatre? It could well be, people, it could well be. Let's try not to trip over this. Nailed it. Seamlessly avoided. Let's walk over this fun bridge.
We're passing a cruise ship on the other side. It just reminded me that when we were in the Bahamas,
oh yeah,
and we did our special thing at Nassau, the ship that was opposite us was a Dutch cruise line.
Very true.
Come from the Netherlands.
Yeah. What are you enjoying now, Aeron?
Stroopwafels.
Gluten-free stroop. Gluten-free stroopwafel. Also acquired at the cafe this morning. That's another activity we would totally participate in if we had more time. We love a riverboat cruise. Imagine living on this little bit in the middle here. Like, I'm sure they have stuff, but I can't always manage the walk into town when I realise that we've run out of milk. Like, the effort to just see water everywhere and be like, ugh, that's going to make it harder for you to get to the gym. There's the cruise ship that I spotted earlier. Aeron James has sensibly removed his baseball cap. As you can see from his hair, it's slightly windy. Chalk one up for my hat that doesn't have a brim, so there is nothing lifting it off my head. It would be incredibly unfortunate if right now it flew into the river. The river I do not know the name of which. Apologies, river. I don't know what you're called. Well, that was a surprisingly long and windy bridge experience, but we have made it over to the other side. I'm thinking, we'll investigate the public transport options, but maybe we get an Uber back to the station later, just to get back as swiftly as we can to head back to Amsterdam for dinner. But I was correct. This red building here is the Luxor Theatre. And in fact, we can see signage for Elisabeth, currently touring throughout the Netherlands, heading on to different locations from early July. It's here for like 3 weeks. There you go. You can see a poster just in the centre of the frame there. And we are going into the Luxor Theatre. I'm so intrigued to find out what this is like. Let's go pick up our tickets. Aeron asks a good question.
So in this production, there's a young Elisabeth and an older Elisabeth, the older one being played by Pia. But I don't think that's the case of the previous production, so I don't know if that's a change to
It would have been weird if she did it in 1992 for her to not play both.
Yeah.
You'd assume that she played both. But now obviously 30 plus years on, that's harder to do. But it also raises a good point that among some very talented newcomers to the show, like Milan, who not too long ago was playing Jean Valjean in Les Mis in the West End. And also on the arena tour, when it came to the Netherlands. There are a lot of alumni of previous productions of Elisabeth in this touring production, which is very exciting. People who have done it before in Belgium, in Germany, all over the place. And of course, here. This is the entrance. Look at that. Elisabeth posterage up there. How exciting. Look at Milan with all of the eyeliner going on. And Pia Dowers. Oh, how exciting. How very exciting. I like that we have some red carpets for guests to enter on. Aeron and I have experienced theatre around the world, and theatre going is inherently different in different countries. And I'm imagining, I don't know why, is that the tram? Which doesn't sound well. I'm imagining, for no real reason other than just my suspicions, that this is going to resemble theatre going in Germany.
You already knew that since we've seen theatre in the Netherlands.
Yeah, this is not our first time seeing theatre in the Netherlands, and that was the international tour of 6. So it was still in English, British performers, but yeah, I feel like this is going to be a bit familiar of the shows that we've seen before in Germany, more so than like a West End or a Broadway experience. But there's, I mean, it's really small differences. Once indoors, you can collect your tickets from the box office over there. We've also got leaflets for upcoming shows, including one that Aaron's found here for The Wiz. There you go. You scan your tickets to get in there, which is a little familiar of German theatre going, actually, in our limited experience. And you can get programmes over there. There's a little bit of a step and repeat over here for Luxor Theatre, not necessarily linked to the show. And then a very spacious lobby area here. The person who scanned our tickets and gave us directions did so in Dutch. The show is also, like, the performance is going to be in Dutch without English subtitles, so safe to assume that fairly few English people who don't speak Dutch will be in attendance. But my experience in much of Amsterdam and Rotterdam has been that everybody does and will speak English. Aaron's got a programme. How much was the programme, Aaron?
$12.50.
$12.50.
So a lot more than...
Yeah, that's quite a mainland European thing as well. The programmes in Hamburg, surprisingly expensive. And the ones in the UK, a little less so, although they're creeping up there. And on Broadway, obviously, you have complimentary playbills. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I mean, it says karaoke box. The stage is yours. I don't think it's currently operational, whatever it is, but colour me intrigued. This here is an extensive cloakroom section, lots and lots. And in the warmer summer times, you can't imagine as much of this is going to be used as in the winter. The queue you're seeing over there is for the lift to get up this tall building. We're going to head up one of these sets of stairs. There's also a little cafe bar situation over there as well. Now, the information on my ticket here tells me that's aisle A, or section A. I think it's aisle A, row 14, seat 6. And there's helpful lettering up here telling you where to head for each of those letters, which is a really easy way to navigate a theatrical space. Do we have a little model of the theatre here? We do! We do! Look at this, I love these. It's a little model of the Luxor Theatre. We just went in that entrance down there, and now we're heading up. Is there a little model of the model inside the model? That's what I always want to know. There's also step-free elements, even alongside the lift that had a large queue. If it's easier for everyone, just to note that that is something that's included here at the venue, as it should be. Plenty of places to sit here and have a drink as well in this incredibly spacious bar area. This is a costume from Elisabeth on display here as well, and or a photo opportunity, because you could stand on the slightly raised step-free access just behind it and pose with your head in the necessary position, if you wished, or you can just admire the craftsmanship. That's another option. Another interesting space up here. We have some Elisabeth posterage, some character portraits up there. We have a little cocktail bar over here. We've got another bar area over there. Lots of tables, lots of chairs, a little impromptu performance space, perhaps for different kinds of events and evenings here, as well as this, which is quite remarkable, which is this balcony area here, opening up onto views which, on one side, a little less to speak about, but over on the other side, a lovely view of the water over here on a nice summery day. What's that whole silver slide situation over there? I'm very intrigued. But yes, a lovely view over here. Let it be known, I have done my due diligence and I'm not seeing anything by way of specialty food or beverages, but this is a tour stop. It's doing several different venues. What you can get is a couple different flavours of Pringles. You can get paprika Pringles in a tiny tub. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. You can get Haribo Star Mix, you can get Tony's Chocolonely bars, you can get M&M's, and you can get Stroop waffles. Where else in the world can you go to the theatre and enjoy Stroop waffles? They have a different name here. Those are apparently... Oh, there's original... It's just a brand of Stroop waffle. Fine. That's fine. Before we go inside, some more sights worth seeing include this very long sequence of chandeliers, as well as... Oh, is it my... We were trying to figure out what was playing. It was My Way. As well as this posterage of what looks to me like a chorus line. I mean, it has to be. That's definitely a chorus line. It's now behind this plant. And now it is time. We have sat ourselves inside the auditorium of the new Luxor Theatre here in Rotterdam. The actual auditorium itself is very reminiscent of the Delamar Theatre, where we saw Six in Amsterdam a couple of summers ago. If anyone saw that vlog, we have a stalls or orchestra section here, going back on a nice rake with a circle, in fact 2 circle sections up there. I can spy a third level and some loges here on the side. We love a loge. Aeron taking the all-important programme picture with the show curtain that simply says Elisabeth over there. The show will begin shortly, but before it does, I'm admiring the details here on the ceiling. We've got, it sort of looks like rock faces here. It also resembles the kind of noise-cancelling apparatus that you see in recording booths. We've got writing across these. I see the word theatre repeated a couple of times, and what look like generic patterns of lights here are actually dominoes. It's a sort of a domino pattern going across there, which I think is really cool. I mean, we've got a lot of different aesthetics at play simultaneously, but it's nice, it's stylish, it's got its own sort of unique personality. So we're in the interval and the sun is trying to come out, but it's nice and warm out here. But meanwhile, everyone is going to these several drink stations and grabbing these bottled beverages, and we're like, wow, everyone's getting interval drinks, and nobody is handing over any money for these interval drinks. Are they included? Turns out, yes. Yes, they are. We are comparing notes on the extent to which we have understood the first act of Elisabeth. I believe myself to be 65% there in terms of comprehension of what's going on, which I think is pretty good. I will take more than half. And this is complimentary interval drink aftermath right here. That's an interesting concept though, because everyone gets hydrated. Is that the restarting Act 2 music? I think that's the restarting Act 2 music. Yeah, everyone gets hydrated. And I don't know, are you happier with your ticket price if it also includes a free interval beverage? Je ne sais pas. And as we await the second act, Aeron noticed something interesting earlier, which is that one of these rows in the front there, perhaps the fourth row, gets a whole sort of table situation running in front of it, not unlike some of the cabaret seating at the Kit Kat Club with Cabaret in the West End and currently on Broadway. walking to public transport, underground tube, metro, I don't know what they call it here, to connect us back to Rotterdam Central Station. And we're walking on a travelator, so I feel very powerful. Oh, now slightly less so. Okay, when we left that theatre and I realised the interval had not been included in the 2-hour 20-minute running time and that was in addition to an interval, I did not think we were making this pre-planned train because it was already tight. But I say this having not yet got on it, but I think we're going to make this train, everybody. It is not yet 6. The train is at 6 minutes past, and we are about 5 platforms away. We're going to do this. Yay for the very just like efficient and quiet underground transport here in Rotterdam. That's been very impressive every time we've used it today. In general, all the trains seem to have been running on time today. Good job, the Netherlands. We are here, platform 14, Schiphol Airport. Yes, we're not going obviously all the way back to the airport just yet. We have another show to watch tomorrow, but we are heading back to Amsterdam to go and get some dinner. There are, I believe, 2 different lines connecting Amsterdam and Rotterdam via train. We are connecting back to Amsterdam South because that makes more sense for us. But you can also get connections to Amsterdam Central, which goes up via The Hague, different way. And one very pleasant train journey later, from which I could see lots of sheep. That was fun. And random BMX or biking situation. That also looked fun. We've got off 1 stop earlier this time on our way back to Amsterdam because it connects us better with the public transport situation that I think is called the metro. Those are the tickets from the show. I'll hand you your ticket. I will give you your ticket if you will be a patient yet little man. There we go. Nope, that's caffeine pills. Here's how it works. You take your ticket, and there is a scanning element. You wait till one is free, and then it tells you to leave, and then you leave. In good news, I just saw a sign that said Metro, so clearly it is called Metro. And I can start saying Metro. Aeron just said something sad. Tell them what you said.
I just said we're halfway through our shows for this trip.
We got to the country less than 24 hours ago. We were leaving Elisabeth this afternoon, and we both got emails that it was time to check into our flight home, which was traumatizing.
What weekend trips, like, city breaks are like.
Yeah. Oh, look at that cool, with the wall. There you go. This is yet another metro station. We've seen so many of them in the last few hours, but we are back in Amsterdam, and we are heading to Cafe Piazza. I made a reservation the other day for 7:30 because we were idly looking at a few options, and hard to find somewhere with good gluten-free options. They've got pastas, pizzas, and more. And so I sort of made a reservation, knowing that we could always change it, amend it, cancel it, and go somewhere else. But I think we're going to stick with it and go and check it out. Here is Aeron James holding the Elisabeth. We will talk about Elisabeth, I promise, because we're both deep diving. It's coming here as in Amsterdam, yes.
I think it's coming back because this production opened here in March.
I would assume so. Yeah. Was it at the Delamar?
Yeah, I think it's looped.
There you go. I mean, it's
carrying on after the Delamar.
Travelling all around Netherlands, and Amsterdam is obviously a big part of the Netherlands. But since we're not spending that much time in Amsterdam proper, and haven't thus far, I wanted to just give you some of the vibes because the weather's lovely, and it's a nice sort of hubbub of calm late afternoon, early evening activity in this golden glow. Aeron just said, "Where's Dunkin'?" And the last time we were like over there and we looked for Dunkin', we ended up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the red light district, outside of a window that was not for us. And I just felt sorry for the poor woman in the window because our reaction is not the reaction that she would have been hoping to get. But just real misfire, real misalignment of artist and audience there. Listen, it happens. I've seen it happen at the Fringe, never to quite such a profound extent. Hoodoo, Duncan? You want to go there after dinner? Yeah. Okay. There's 4. We don't need to go to 4. And since we are early for our dinner reservation, let's talk about Elisabeth, because we have been deep diving and looking up this show in the hours since we saw it, and I feel we're both becoming obsessed.
Elisabeth.
What did I say?
Elisabeth.
I mean, it
But,
okay.
like, I can't have S. But my mum's middle name's Elisabeth. So I always like this.
So, fun fact from me, did you know Cameron Mackintosh allegedly nearly took it to Broadway in like 1993, right after its initial
I was about
premiere?
to say, like, it feels very, like, Cameron could make that show work.
Yeah, but I also think, I don't think it could go to Broadway now because it feels so after the mega musical, like it feels like a natural response to Evita and Phantom.
It would only work if Cameron brought it to the West End.
Yeah.
Because Oliver in the West End, the new production, is like a rebirth of that mega musical staging.
It is and it isn't. No, it is and it isn't, because I don't think it's mega. I think it's deliberately pared back. Like Drury Lane was bigger.
True, but the new version of Oliver feels like Les Mis. And I've never thought.
It does. It feels like, and it's not really mega. It feels like the cleverness of like what Hal Prince was doing with like his subtlety in stagings of like Evita and Phantom, which I know describing them as subtle sounds wrong, but like you know what I mean.
That's kind of what this felt like.
The shadows and the darkness and like what the world we create in the. Anyway, that is kind of what this felt like as well. This was a really interesting production. Great use of visuals and projections and costuming.
I love a cheeky little mini revolt.
Great visual storytelling when you bear in mind that we did not understand the lyrics. Do you know what's really helpful and what I wish I'd done for the first act? Just look at all the English translations of just the song titles. Because did that before Act 2, and then in Act 2 I was like, oh, I feel like I know the whole sentiment of this song. Like when the kid was singing, I knew the sentiment immediately. But again, the visual storytelling was very great and very helpful as well. But yeah, I can't get over Pia doing it again. For like once again, like she's done the show many times. She originated the role. It launched her huge career. She's huge here. And I'm trying to draw a comparison. It would be like if Patti LuPone or Elaine Page had done Evita again in the 2010s. It would be like if Sutton Foster did Thoroughly Modern Millie again and like toured it in 10 years.
If Phoebe Newith did Chicago again.
Which she did a lot. But simply iconic behaviour, and I need someone else in the comments to understand how much that means. I've been a huge fan of hers from a distance, from across the other side of the
our friend
ocean.
Danny, I was letting our friend Danny with a camera and Danny can't know that
Who is Dutch.
We were seeing it because he's Dutch, and that we were here and we were talking, and he was giving us tips over Market Hall and everything is thanks to Danny. His response was, Mickey's a massive fan of Pia Dyers, isn't he?
Because he got to photograph her once, and I was like, shut up, did you get to photograph her? And he was like, oh, you know who she is? I was like, yes, she's an icon. She has done Chicago in the West End and on Broadway as Velma Kelly, but everyone ought to know who she is, because she is formidable. She is the Mrs. Danvers. She is the Elisabeth. For those of you who know nothing about this show, it is based on the actual historical... She
was an empress and a queen.
Empress of Austria amidst
Queen of Hungary.
A lot of European restructuring with Austria and Hungary and empires and things came together and then they fell and then a lot happened, as we know. But I described the musical as Evita, in a big way, meets Lempicka, meets Rebecca, meets Diana, and they all go and get drunk together and summon the devil. That's what Elisabeth is, and I loved it. Now heading to Cafe Piazza for some dinner, because we were so enthusiastic about that show. We have made ourselves, well, not late really. We're exactly on time.
What is it, Mickey?
This is a picture of Tinto di Verano. I tried it in Seville a couple of years ago. It's lovely.
It's like sangria.
It's like sangria.
And then I got a little red handkerchief to show that I'm eating gluten-free. So that helps you know that they've definitely taken into account your allergies and you get a separate menu, and it gives you so many options. Perfect for loads of options. Thank you, gluten-free TikTok, for telling me to come here.
And the food has arrived. I have ravioli with all sorts, with creamy sauce, mushrooms, parmesan, all going on here, spinach, giving it that lovely green colour. And Aeron has carbonara, but not spaghetti carbonara, fusilli carbonara, as my parents would say. Stop making such a fusilli, covered in parmesan, as it should be. It looks delicious. We were both feeling pasta this evening rather than pizza, and so To quote the Sondheim and David Ives musical, here we are. Don't get hit by a car, don't get hit by a car, don't get hit by a bird. It's all going on here. Had lovely dinner over there. Cafe Piazza, very gluten-free inclusive. The seagulls are huge. And I come from the beach. I come from the place of very large, overfed seagulls. Didn't get dessert because we were like, well, there's a Dunkin' Donuts quest happening over here.
Well, not a quest, just an intrigue. This is one. So Germany and the Netherlands are two of the only countries to have gluten-free Dunkin' Donuts.
Last time we went looking for gluten-free Dunkin' Donuts, we were sat in that cafe right there, and we ended up in an unfortunate position. And if I vlog during that, I'm going to get arrested. So I'm either going to hold the camera here or simply get it back out when we actually reach a Dunkin' Donuts. And you can try and tell by my eyes if I've seen things between now and then. Guess what happened, everybody? We walked exactly the same way and saw some things.
I didn't, but I'm very good at just switching my eyes off.
I am perceptive to a fault. I will say, for the potential partygoers in Amsterdam, there are hundreds of these different boaty options, including different quantities of drinks. Some of them are pancake focused. You can do bottomless pancake boats, which is more my speed. I have nothing against the Prosecco ones though.
That's a cheese and drinks stall.
Oh, cheese and drinks. Guess what, everybody? We got crepes. Takeaway crepes. That's what's in the bag. I'm hoping they will be some level of intact and the ice cream will not be completely melted by the time we get back to the hotel, which is about 15 minutes away. It is warm out. None of those things make sense, do they? But we went to Milky Amsterdam, that I didn't film in my usual B-rolly fashion because it was in the midst of the red light district. Hence the establishment name Milky. One has to assume. Going back to Zoku, everyone's favourite living, lounging lofts. Down here near the theatre. Haven't even seen the theatre yet. All thoughts of Hadestown and their gala opening tomorrow has been very much at the back of my mind today. But that is the main focus of our trip. That is what we have to look forward to tomorrow, and that's going to be the grand finale of this vlog. Or possibly the grand finale of this vlog is going to be us running through an airport trying not to miss the flight afterwards. It should all be fine. It should all be absolutely fine. For now, we're going to go back. It's about 9:15, 9:20. We're going to go eat some crepes and get ready to hop on a 24-hour live stream with our friends here on YouTube over at Wait in the Wings, who are fundraising for their next year of fantastic theatrical documentaries. And we're going to do our bit to help by joining the live stream from Amsterdam with what little technology and charging apparatus we have. And I don't think Brendan knows that we're in Amsterdam, nor that we saw a Michael Kunze musical today, so that's going to be fun. We have our crepes from Milky. They did not give me the 2 scoops of ice cream that I paid for. Rude, Milky Amsterdam. Rude. Hashtag rude. That was rude. But we're going to eat these nonetheless and enjoy some Broadway.com backstage vlog on the little TV here. Nice vibes, cute vibes here in our little loft home. Still very cute. Still very nice to come back to after a busy day of traveling. Just vibing up here on the rooftop bar of our hotel building with a glass of rosé. Just vibes. I'm pretty sure the Hadestown Theatre we're going to tomorrow is over there. Good morning, world. Hello. It is a new day. It's our final day here in the Netherlands. Today is the day that we go and see the gala opening of Hadestown. That's what I keep calling it anyway. I think that's what it is. We're going to see Hadestown at Theatre Carré over there. We're very excited about it. Before then, we're going to go and get pancake. I just spotted the rings in the middle of the room and remembered that I attempted to do pull-ups yesterday as a donation incentive for the fundraiser for our brilliant friends over at Wait in the Wings, and I can actually feel it in my upper, lower, and mid-back. Should I have a chair? I feel like I'm hanging myself right now. I feel like that's what this is.
I'm scared that this isn't gonna hold.
They're really reinforced.
Oh, here we go. Yes! Yes! You can do it!
Oh my god, I did too! I didn't think I was gonna do any. Let's do more!
You call that a pull-up?
It's like midnight here, and I'm yelling.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Oh my god. can I just swing backwards and forwards?
Yeah, recreate water for elephants.
Oh, that was a mistake. We're going to go get pancakes at an iconic location, and I will tell you why. Now, it's actually an iconic location for two reasons, and I think this particular pancake place is a chain that has multiple locations. Check for cyclists always. You can never check too many times for cyclists, I'm telling you. And this one is next to the Anne Frank house, which is of course historic and now used as a educational museum, but also on a considerably more frivolous note that makes me excited. It used to be a restaurant, and that particular restaurant was featured on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when Yolanda took them all on a trip to Amsterdam, and Kim Richards and Lisa Rinna got into an explosive fight over dinner. If you know the series, if you know the lore, then you understand the history of it, and I'm very excited to be there. Amsterdam looking pretty this morning in the sun. Look at this, we've got flowers, bicycles, and canals all in one shot. Welcome to Amsterdam, everybody. It has just turned 9 a.m. We are up bright and early this morning. Woke up at 8 a.m., which in our time zone just a few days ago was 7 a.m. That's not a number I usually like to see in the day, but I will do anything for pancakes. Like Meatloaf said about love. Well, like Steinman said about love. I feel that way about pancakes. Oh my gosh, is there an Amsterdam revival of chess? I'm joking, I don't actually think that's what that is. This is the first time we're really passing through central Amsterdam. We got a lot of souvenir shops. That sound is the crossing. Got a lot of souvenir shops, got some historic architecture up there, currently undergoing a little bit of maintenance and refurbishment. Got Madame Tussauds with this creepy guy on the front of it. Apologies to that man, I don't actually know who he is. He just looks... I have no reason. Sorry to that man. The big square there is also where Aeron and I got the historic tram tour last time we were here, if that is of interest to you. Lovely bit of building here in a side of the city we less frequently travel to. And we have arrived here for some pancakeage. And we have our nice seats outside in the lovely weather. You can see canal boats going by and cyclists in the background. Perfect. Aaron's got a gluten-free menu there. I've got a menu here. We've got Dutch and American pancakes. American pancakes, think thicker, think stack. Dutch pancakes, think one larger, very thin, spread-out pancake. Surprisingly filling, I will say. We also get this very tuneful church bell music. Oh, that was lovely. I wish to applaud. No one else is applauding. And this is the content you've really been waiting for. Here are the pancakes. Aaron's got a little flag there to denote gluten freedom. It's got like a hazelnut crunch situation with some strawberries. Looking very nice. And on a gluten-free pancake, of course. And this is what your Dutch-style pancake looks like. I have gone for stroopwafel crumbs and chocolate sauce and banana, and a little bit of added Ben & Jerry's as well to make up for my disappointment from the lack of ice cream with my crepe last night. We've just come from over there, where you can also find the Anne Frank House Museum, which may be a point of pilgrimage for you on your trip to Amsterdam. And we also have this here. It is called, as signposted there, Homo Monument, and it's what it sounds like. It is a monument to persons persecuted for homosexuality, and I believe it's meant to resemble a pink triangle. It's got that sort of slightly pink effect there, and when perceived from the right angle, looks like a triangle. We've also passed a couple of times on our travels the Holocaust Memorial here in Amsterdam. If you've ever visited Berlin, then there is obviously an enormous amount of memorialization there as well. Meanwhile, we're heading back into the centre. Might hit a couple of shops, tiny bit more sightseeing. They have a Tony's Chocolonely Superstore where you can make your own bars. That's something we found out about the other day while we were planning this trip, and I would quite like to do that if we have time, because we do have to start heading back to the hotel, back to Zoku and our loft sooner rather than later, because we have to get ready for black tie for Hadestown. We brought suits with us in a little suitcase. Thank you to KLM for allowing us suitcases alongside our carry-on backpacks. That made this all much easier. The best choice I have made all weekend was to go up to... They've got a name for what they call the staff at Zoku. I can't remember. Sidekicks. Sidekicks. I found a sidekick last night. And I asked if our room was applicable for late checkout, which it is, which means rather than 11 a.m., which is in about 40 minutes from now, we don't have to check out until 2, which means we can fully get ready for Hadestown and then check out, and they have free lockers we can use to put our stuff in, and then just walk over to the theatre and be nice and early, take some photos outside, and then go in and see the show and go back and get our stuff afterwards. If we'd had to check out at 11 and we still wanted to do everything we were going to do this morning, we would have had to have got ready this morning in black tie and worn black tie in this quite warm weather to the pancake place. And I got chocolate sauce on my jean shorts, so chances are I would have got it on my suit trousers. So that would not have been ideal. Get ready for the world's shortest escalator ride. It's teeny tiny. We have passed through this way before. This is a lovely walkway with yet another iconic ceiling reminding me of Market Hall yesterday. Look at it. It's gorgeous. You've got a clog right there on the wall. And gorgeous sort of mosaic ceiling situation happening up above us. And many chandeliers. And my personal favourite part, this horrified looking fish face that I believe you can fill water bottles from. And then out to this street here, which stretches down from the train station up there, down into the city. That's the department store.
Yeah.
And then one of these is a government building, I think. I forget. We've got trams, we've got a bunch of elephants and a solitary duck over there. I'm not sure what that's about, but I like them. This is where you create your own Tony's Unlimiteds. They do have a 180-minute turnaround, FYI. More bells as it approaches, but it's not yet 11 o'clock. Decided not to make our own Tony's Chocolate Only bars because, it takes a couple hours. Currently anticipating a 2-hour turnaround, but also could take longer. And we could have, passed back through. If we end up going back to the airport from Amsterdam Central, we could either go from there or we could go via Amsterdam Zuid, which is the same station that we went to go to Rotterdam. But also, you just it's like you select your own things. You're like compiling, you're like planning your own. But I thought we were going to get to actually make it. I would like to actually make it. I would like to be a chocolatier. That is the experience I would like. I have a question. As we near our hotel loft accommodation over there, pre-Hadestown this afternoon, how many shows have we seen in 3 different countries? Because Hadestown will get added to that list. Obviously, New York, London, Amsterdam.
Wicked.
Wicked, you've seen 3.
You've seen 4.
6. We've
Yes.
seen, if we're counting Scotland, then I'm technically on 4, but I don't know to what extent. Doesn't feel like 4. Also, Cabaret.
Yeah.
Not the same production,
Not the same production,
but we've seen the
yeah.
musical Cabaret in 3 different countries. London, New York, Paris. This, by the way, is the corridor leading up to the check-in desk for our hotel with these lovely little rooftop hangout areas on the side. It's so cool. We are back in the loft. We are meant to be getting ready. Someone has gone to bed.
Oh, flip the switch. You were asleep.
I may have had a nap. It's possible that I had a nap, but now I am exercising, so it's fine. Ugh. Plan is for us to get ready. I'm gonna have a shower, do something with my hair, probably just this, because I don't have hairspray or particularly heavy-handed styling products, so I can't really do. I'm just gonna make it be out of my face and look vaguely... My hair's nice at the moment. That'll be fine. I'm not going to try and do something avant-garde. So going to do that, going to get dressed, going to pack our backpacks with like these outfits we're wearing right now because we would rather not fly back in black tie. But it all gets a little bit fast-paced later, and so there's no obvious opportunity to get changed. We might have a chance to at the airport, at which point it would be handy if our clothes are just in our backpacks and we can go into an airport bathroom and get changed. But worst comes to worst, we fly back home in bow ties, like fancy, fancy gentlemen. Anyway, I'm going to stop telling you, I'm going to start doing, because it's time to get ready for Hadestown. Getting there, we are getting there. We are doing several things at once, which is we are getting ready for Hadestown, we are packing all our bags, and we are planning how our bags are going to be organised for later. We're also making sure that we haven't left anything behind in the loft that we have been living in here in Zoku, that we have enjoyed very much. Probably one of my favourite hotel room experiences, because it's been so unique, and it was just really fun and joyous to come back to, and allowed us to really feel like we were just living here. Do you need help with your cufflinks?
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye, stairs. And we are ready. Look at us. Look how snazzy we look. We look like a couple of visiting professors here to teach you about science with our backpacks as well. This is such a summary of our lifestyle. Is we may be in bow ties and suits, but we also have giant backpacks and luggage. The test of these outfits will be whether people are visibly and audibly impressed at the front desk upstairs, because this is a lot for a very warm Sunday afternoon in Amsterdam. Checkout done. Best 50 euros I ever spent on late checkout, so we didn't have to do that 3 hours earlier. Now heading down to go make use of the free lockers so we can store our bags. They didn't explicitly say anything about how snazzily we were dressed, but I think they said it with their eyes. Hair-wise, this is what's happening. This is all I have without hairspray. And then the reason we picked that hotel in the first place, proximity. It is just back there on that corner, and we're walking over this way, although I see a gate in front of me. I think I can go left and go around whatever this is, but we are heading towards Royal Theatre Carré in Amsterdam for the official opening of Hadestown. Today was the first day that we went up to the roof area of our hotel in the daytime, and we saw that the building I thought that might have been the theatre was the theatre, because it had 2 Hadestown flags on it. Those were Hadestown flags. Is it this? I think it's this. Couldn't go that way. Came back up. Going over the next bridge. Going down the other side. Amsterdam is a city of bridges and canals, but we have encountered many other people in black tie, and it feels safe to assume that on such a warm day, this could be the only reason why. They're all heading in the same direction. Lots of people wearing black and red, and some greens mixed in there as well. We're all going to the same place. And this, truthfully, is the whole point of our trip. This was the thing that we started planning it around. We first encountered this theatre months ago when we were last in Amsterdam, and at that point we didn't know if we were going to get to come back and see the show, and then we made a little TikTok about it, basically, lip syncing outside the theatre, and then we got invited. We think from the social media team. We're still not entirely sure. Perhaps we will find out today when we get to meet some of the folks here at Royal Theatre Carré. But in any case, what I was gonna say, you know that viral like TikTok thing that's like, I forgot this was the whole point, and it's meant to be like something like fulfilling, like you enjoying life or whatever, and at several points on this lovely weekend I literally forgot that this is the reason that we had come here, and so it's been nice to remember, and it's very exciting to now be on our way to go and see Hadestown in Amsterdam. And we can just about see the flags I was telling you about. We have the Netherlands flag in the middle there, and on either side 2 Hadestown flags. How cool are those? And here it all is, looking very different to when we were last here. We've got a little bit of signage there, but lots going on, proper carpet laid out, tent set up, we have lights. How exciting is this? I nearly fell in my enthusiasm This is very cool. Look at all the flowers and the bannerage they've put up there on the balcony. They don't have anyone singing Don't Cry For Me Argentina, but it's exciting nonetheless. Wow, I suppose the really cool entrance would be to arrive by boat. If only we could have pulled that off. And look at this. We've got this cool Hadestown wall going on here. More red carpet, photo spots happening over there. More of the balcony action that I showed you before. This is all very exciting. I was just admiring these lights. I think they're very cool, and they're also giving like Wait For Me Hadestown vibes. But then I noticed last time we were here they had the West End cast photos. Now they have the Dutch cast, which were taken by our friend Danny Kahn, best photographer in the world, aka Danny with a camera. Very nice. We shall have to send them to him, which I suspect is what Aeron is doing right now. It's funny seeing all these places where we filmed our silly little lip sync skit last time we were here. And now we're here on the red carpet. Peep the Hermes shoes on the red carpet. I haven't really given you our fit checks. Let's do that right now. Aeron is giving a nice green 3-piece suit number. There you go. He is giving Persephone in spring. Let us see the bow tie, Aeron James. That's one I got years ago. And it's nice, speaks to the suit. And I am giving you, look at this, Hadestowny jacket. Not only is it red, not only is it flowers, but it's also got like silvery details in there, so it's kind of Hermes-esque. And I've already shown you the Hermes shoes, which speak to the bow tie. It's all happening. We're going to go indoors now, because we're being obnoxious on the carpet. Once inside, we have this very cute digital castboard and creative team. Don't forget to share your Hadestown journey with us on socials. And then once it comes around to the cast, I like the way that it says it, because it says, who's telling the tale today? And then you see the principal cast here. There are 2 actors sharing the role of Hermes, so that tells you that Claudia is on today. These are all the workers. You may recognize some names from the previous West End cast. And of course we have the fantastic band as well. And then the all-important creative team. This, meanwhile, is Theatre Carré. This is our very first time stepping inside this building. It is gorgeous. Lots of cute little seating areas tucked away down there. And some of the theatre's history here also, you would assume. We found a little like dispenser, a little like croquette-ish looking snack type things. I assume so. Thank you. And then food happens. Wow. We have settled with some wine and some croquettes in this cute little cocktail bar. I mean, I say cute, gorgeous is the word. In between multiple different bar areas. Wow, look at the one up there with the flowers. I've only just noticed that. I'll show you more of the bar in just a second, because it's really lovely. 3 people have said hello. I didn't think anyone was going to know who I was in Amsterdam. That's very nice. I feel very at home. I'm sort of overwhelmed. And here at the cocktail bar, we have themed beverages. You know how much I enjoy these. We have Persephone cocktails or mocktails. Oh, I just heard a train whistle. I don't know what that means. Half an hour? Maybe it means half an hour. But we have amaretto sours as cocktails or mocktails. And I will let you know how they are, because I've obviously just ordered a pair. So these are the Persephone amaretto sour cocktails. We're going to try them for you. I'm going to drink it and I'm going to film Aeron James's reaction while I give you mine. Oh, it's tasty.
It's sweet.
Oh, it is. I was put off by the sour in the title, but I love an amaretto moment. There you go. There you go. It's the taste of springtime. I also love this signage in the cocktail area. Anybody want a drink? What is the train noise about? I keep capturing that on film.
Every 5 minutes.
It's every 5 minutes. There you go. It's a timely reminder. We are starting this matinee on time, which is good, because if they don't, we may miss our flight. I also think I undersold how good this cocktail is. And it's like a good amount of cocktail. This looks like I have a beer. Very lads in Amsterdam. Here's one of my favorite details. We have a Theatre Carré little ice cream stand. Look how cute this is. And I think these are the flavors of ice cream happening here. We have cassis and Hawaiian cocos. And I'll figure out what those are subsequently. But they're making little, oh my gosh, I think they're red and black for Hadestown. They're red and black ice cream, Aeron. They're doing red and black ice cream. I'm shook. We got the ice cream. We feel compelled to try everything. This is the red one, which we think is blackcurrant. Here's another angle of that lovely bar area with just a few minutes to go until the show starts. So we're going to head in and go find our seats. Sorry, I'm using you to fix my time. It was askew. And this is the auditorium. I just gasped a little bit as we walked in here because it's gorgeous. It's like a little Royal Albert Hall. Reminds me a little bit of, what's the theatre in Paris? Du Châtelet, Theatre du Châtelet, that we visit occasionally, but gorgeous. You can see all of the different levels there, heading up, and we are in row 3 of this first raised section here, seats 59 and 61. They have odd and even seating on opposite sides of the auditorium. We are here, a little wide to the stage, but as I just said to Aeron, we have seen Hadestown maybe around 10 times. Twice in the US, once at the National Theatre, a bunch more times since it arrived at the Lyric Theatre in the West End, and now here in Amsterdam. I know what the show looks like. I'm excited to see the performances as close as possible. So I really value proximity for a return visit to most shows, especially this one. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. Interested to see whether we get like lamps swinging over the audience, because they do that on Broadway and at the National. They didn't do it at the Lyric. Intrigued to see if there are any other differences with this Dutch production here in Amsterdam. But you can see the audience all arriving. Are we going to start on time? I'm dubious, because there are currently a great many empty seats. Aeron James, what time are we at currently?
3 o'clock.
It is literally 3 o'clock. Oh, so that's a no then. That is a no on us starting on time. I'm about to walk around. I've just seen one of the show's most prominent producers, Tom Kadai, from New York, here in the Netherlands for the Dutch opening, and I'm about to go and personally tell him that we have a flight to get to, as he might as well. You never know. Busy man. Lots going on. The auditorium is steadily filling up for the opening night, or should I say opening afternoon, of Hadestown here at Theatre Carré. A lovely member of staff here has just let us know that this was built as a circus theatre, and it becomes a circus theatre once again in the winter, which is why you have this sort of circular element here. All these seats disappear and a circus fills
that
it.
makes so much sense why Royal Albert Hall always gets set so late, because that's also in the circle.
I mean, immediately, that's when we were looking at the seating plan. Royal Albert Hall is the one that this made us think of. I do, not to just become Mickey Jo ceilings this week, but I do also admire the starry night effect over there on the ceiling as well. That is very nice. We've got, what else can I tell you about? Complimentary waters here for everybody, which I appreciate, with a black tie invitation on a warm, sunny day. You can see how some of the seats have been blacked out for today's performance, because I dare say they're just slightly too wide to the stage and have been designated restricted view. But yes, otherwise ready for Hadestown. There's some members of the original West End company here, ready to cheer on some of their former cast members. I won't zoom in on them and paparazzo them, but perhaps you can pick them out from the crowd of well-dressed people here. I'm going to put you down now, and I'm going to watch Hadestown in a few minutes' time. Do you know what's an absolute vibe? Is on a sunny day coming outside for the intermission and spending it by a canal, drinking a glass of wine. How classy, how civilized. Interval debrief, Aeron James. We are not Hadestown scholars.
We know many Hadestown scholars. Well, we kind of are. We've seen it now from the National to Broadway to the West
Approaching 10
End.
times,
Yeah.
I think. But we have noticed some things.
Yes.
Do you want to talk through the things?
So one of the big ones, this is the Broadway set. So you get the
Lamps.
The lamps are going over the audience in this production, which I love. I missed it.
I'm demonstrating it with my head.
And we've also noticed some little changes. So in this production, the Fates seem to be doing slightly different tracks than
bit of a
any other
rejig.
production, which is fun. It's keeping me on my edge, which I'm like, that's not the normal tracks, but it works really well.
Hadestown is so rich in terms of details in its lyrics, in its direction. I notice new things every time. I've never noticed Hades have a motivation to put on sunglasses because of the bright light of the sun, because he's going up to the surface before. Never noticed that. And do you know what's speaking to me with this casting more so than ever before? I've never noticed such a visual parallel between Hades, Persephone, and Orpheus, Eurydice. They so feel like their younger counterparts, particularly like Persephone, Eurydice.
Yeah.
She so feels like And then every time Persephone looks at her, it's like she's looking at a younger version of herself, and Hades is seeing that too, which is so interesting. It offers so much to the material, and I'm enjoying hearing little moments of Dutch accent. It's not prevalent, especially.
I like him with the humour.
Yeah.
The humour, or like some of the lines that you're understanding have really landed so well.
So much of it is sung, obviously, and you don't hear a lot of it in the singing because it just sort of feels sort of mid-Atlantic. But then, like Hades, we just heard at the end of the first act, heard a few spoken lines, and I was like, oh, there it is. And it's cool. I love hearing Hadestown in different accents because it feels less tethered to a specific place and it feels more like a story of the world, as it should be. And the bit when they turned forwards and they were like, the world we live in now, very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful today.
the creator, the woman who has been working on a song and redefined it, the lyricist and composer, the woman who brought Hadestown to life, Elisabeth Mitchell!
It's a champagne dress that a staff member is wearing. That's so cool. We've got a little post-show company photo celebration on the stage with creator Elisabeth Mitchell, who joined for the curtain call and sang the start of To Raise Our Cups, which was very special. Aww. Yay, Hadestown in Amsterdam. Isn't that cool? How cool to be here at the start. Okie dokie, not that I have ever been known to leave a party that still has glasses of rosé prosecco just hanging around. Or rosé champagne, I really don't know, because it was by the glass. But we have a plane to catch.
I know, this is one of those sad ones where it's like on a different day.
Yeah, it is.
Stayed and then had a like.
It's approaching 6:30 and we're not currently in the country where we want to go to sleep.
No.
You know what I mean? So we are in fact heading to the hotel where our bags are in order to go, and I thought all those people in that boat were nude. They're not. It's all good. It's fine. Very different vibes between the half-naked people in the boat and myself in the suit jacket. We are heading back to Zoku to go and retrieve our bags and our suitcase. Nothing but respect for the other people also leaving the event with like whole canapes intact.
Well, they were called bitter balls.
But they just grabbed and walked out with like nothing but respect for that energy. What a fabulous reception.
Yeah.
This evening.
What a beautiful theatre.
What a beautiful theatre. You have to imagine that the arrival of Hadestown in Amsterdam at the Royal Theatre Carré is one of the bigger events of the Dutch theatrical calendar. Not that they don't have a lot of theatre going on here.
But it's interesting because it's like it's part of the Broadway in Carré series, which the last ship that's just been announced is, which is like a big thing for like English language Broadway level musicals.
Yeah, I think that the Dutch Theatre Awards recently happened because Elisabeth.
They happened because Elisabeth got 6.
Won a bunch of them, and that production of Elisabeth only recently started, like in March.
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar to the Olivier's, where it's like
Yeah.
in that April, May.
But I'm excited to follow it next year and
see if
hope
we
that Hadestown does well. How exciting. Is that a car behind us? No, it's a bike. It's a bike. It's always a bike. Had a great time at Hadestown. Who was your MVP, Aeron James, character-wise?
Oh, throw me with that one first.
I know my answer. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Hades, all day.
Hades was so good.
So good. And I love, pardon my saying this, with nothing but respect for the serious actor playing this role, I love Adelphi Hades. Like, no, because it's indicative of the passionate young man who he once was.
I think also you kind of need it in a sense for understanding Eurydice and...
If you don't see, like... Yeah. I was like, Eurydice, I get it. I see you. I don't always get it. Today I got it. But also, to see the parallels with him and Orpheus is important, I think. And those parallels really sing in this production, which is great.
I also loved Persephone.
She was great, and she got maybe the biggest audience response.
Yeah, that Our Lady was on it.
Vocally, probably the most sublime. It was great to see Joni Ayton-Kent among a lot of other British performers representing.
On it.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
fates were slamming
blend.
those vocals.
The blend. Beautiful blend. But I loved the Eurydice as well, because I think Eurydice... I'm getting very thoughtful about this every time, because Eurydice has a fine line to walk in terms of like being headstrong and willful, but if you play it too strong, then you don't understand the vulnerability and like why she even chooses...
Eurydice is the hardest to land because you really have to be broken when she goes.
I think Eurydice and
Whatever
Orpheus... Yeah, Eurydice and Orpheus are really tricky roles. But my favourite is always Hades, but I always gravitate towards Hades and Persephone, and the coming back together today was so good. It was so good.
Was like major.
Yeah. And then Aeneas appearing and singing the first line of Raise Our Cups was like, wow. Very exciting. I'm excited for our friends who love Hadestown to come and see this production later in its run. Will we be back in Amsterdam this summer? I can't rule it out at this time. We're trying to travel just a little bit less because we do this a lot.
We have done a lot of travelling.
June has been a hell of a month.
June has been the month of travel.
It's still June. We've been in...
Last year it was July.
Yeah, we've been in New York, Chicago, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Amsterdam, lots of London, all in June.
We went through Connecticut.
We did. So, yeah, would be good to slow down, but this production of Hadestown is so good and it's only a limited run. Presumably coming towards the end of this vlog, but heading back to Zoku to go pick up our bags. Grateful to my past self for making this hotel decision because so nearby, can just go and grab stuff. Might ditch the jackets before we head onwards and chuck them in the suitcase. Not sure yet. There it is, there's all our stuff. Success. Ditching jackets, my shirt is turning see-through because it was warm. It was warm in the theatre, but I am putting on this. I have everything else I need for the journey, and we're gonna head to the airport.
Do you know what I'm going to give a big moment for?
What?
So in the UK, our press nights are glam, but not this level of glam.
They were dressed up.
This is like when they say black tie. I mean, it wouldn't work with the amount of openings that happen in London compared to in Amsterdam, but
Sure.
like.
This is what I'm saying, is I think this was like at the forefront of the theatrical
I think this
calendar.
is one of the biggest shows I think Carrie's like the biggest show of the year this season.
And one of the lovely people who came to say hello to us told us there were a lot of
Dutch
celebrities.
And I think like it's just nice because I think it puts that level of this is really special and important.
Yeah. We're vlogging in the locker room. We should go.
Yeah.
Decided to change my shoes as well. And can we talk about the travel outfit that this is now turned into? Like,
We've suddenly got very nice and not cheap.
wow, I know. I'm like, should I travel like this more often? I should travel. That's the main thing. Is we should go.
I think this is only comfortable for like a short flight.
I'm into it. I think we look great. 6:47 and we're at Amsterdam Central Station, but we got to get to the airport for an 8:35 flight. We're fine. We're going to be fine. Between the metro and the train, we have a little elevated walkway. Oh, I like these when they're declined. I don't like them when they're inclined. I've done a lot of life in the past 48 hours. This is not what I need. I'm coming, wait for me. I feel the world's repeating. We made it onto the train to the airport, which should only take 15 minutes. It's just after 7 p.m. Our flight is at 8:35, and Aeron is jealous of my mini cheddars. I didn't put the gluten in them. I apologize. 7:18, just over an hour, well, like hour and 20 minutes till our flight, and we are arriving at the airport. We are heading to security, which is very swift at Schiphol Airport because they have the new machines. You don't have to take stuff out of your bag, you don't have to take anything out of your bag, but security is by gate. How advanced! 7:32 and we are in the airport. We have made it through security. Schiphol security remains top tier. So good. Bad news, everybody. Our plane got delayed. Good news, that gave us even more time to get on the plane, and we're now on the plane, getting ready to go back to the country where we plan to sleep this evening after an extraordinary weekend of theatre in the Netherlands. Safety conscious Aeron James is doing up his seatbelt. Before half the plane has boarded, I am going to start trying to put together the reel announcing to the world that we have just been in Amsterdam, because it's been a secret. But it is definitely not a secret anymore, because you just vicariously joined us on a trip to Amsterdam and Rotterdam to see musical theatre, and I hope you enjoyed. We definitely did. We had a fantastic time. The opening of Hadestown was astonishing. I made another little reel and I've made an Instagram post about it, but there is going to be a full review of the Dutch production of Hadestown coming very soon here on YouTube as well as on podcast platforms. And I'm also going to be talking a little bit more about Elisabeth, because since seeing it day by day, I have been getting more and more obsessed with that show, and I absolutely need to talk about it here on the internet, so stay tuned for that one as well. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that upcoming musical theatre content, maybe even some more vlog content before the end of the summer. Oh, and if you're a Dutch musical theatre fan who enjoys my videos, feel free to send my channel to other Dutch musical theatre fans. I would love to have more musical theatre friends around the world, and I really want to know more about what theatre and musical theatre is like in your country. I hope that you enjoyed the vlog. I definitely enjoyed putting it all together. Let me know what your favourite part was, and if you've made it all the way to the end, then comment below with, I guess, like Dutch flag, windmill, up to you. I'll let you use your creativity, but put an emoji in the comment section to let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope as always that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey, thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!